We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Washington Redskins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Ready, blue ready. Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Even. Switch. 5-0. Check nickel.
On play action, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Ready.
They go play action. Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Winston. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On second down, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him to no gain.
Now he'll escape to his right. And incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. If you're an Adrian Peterson fan, that's the sign that you want to see right there on the other end. They got to learn to get him down, or this could be a long one.
And it's also the sign that his team wanted to see. Him making that type of a run, having a force and an impact on the game that early, that really demoralizes the defense because they realize it could be a long game trying to get him on the ground.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On second down, Peterson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. 12. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Go right.
3rd and 2, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Rip. Liz.
Smith on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Liz. Hey, back up.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end?
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jonathan Allen, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 3rd down, Winston. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
White 25. Hey, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
The Bucs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme it.
And here come the Redskins now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on second down is Smith. Throw left side complete. It's Thompson. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Winston again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Jameis now on first down. Got an open man. It's Rattling. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And give him a gain of 37.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, it allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Throwing, Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Damian Rattling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Smith. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Smith throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Here's Smith now on second down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right. I said 980. 15, yeah. Watch twist. Check 4. Come on, right. Yellow.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Hey, back up.
Back to the ground, Peterson. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From the red zone now, Smith. That'll be caught right side by Reed. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, back up. Regular.
Here's Smith. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go. It's time to play. Even. 550.
Play fake. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he fields it cleanly. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half here, Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Completes it right side to Dodson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Smith now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Following the interception, Winston. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. Being chased out left. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
550.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Winston now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Santos with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
15. Right. Yellow. Hey, back up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right. Yellow. Hey, back up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And now here's another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back now in Tampa. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Redskin 1st down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? From the gun, here's Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins 1st. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A shotgun snap for Smith. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Smith now from the gun, he'll throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
15, yeah.
To the air again, Smith. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Adrian Peterson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And with the play clock winding down, Jay Gruden's going to use a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punt.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A fumble lost last week. Now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flush to his right. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, don't you?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Forced out to his, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Pernell McPhee in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
15, yeah. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Smith now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Allen, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Let's go now. Ready. Black 22. 56. Mike, 56 right there, 56. Watch the blood, watch the blood, watch the blood. Watch the blood, blood. Where's that up?
Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bucs, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, but